Hey guys, Desolator Magic here. Yeah, it's like 2:45 in the morning and I'm finally uploading this. I don't tell you how to live your life, shut up. Speaking of that, Chandra Fire Artisan. That's right, she opened up a handmade Amish furniture outlet and then burned it down. I mean, the exact definition of artisan is a worker in a skilled trade, especially one that involves making things by hand. Anyway, this version was already spoiled in an earlier video. It was on that big strip that was on Reddit for some reason. So yeah, not a fan. If she cost 3, I'd be like losing it right now because, 4 is like a little late for Red Rush, but still playable, very playable, especially in red mid-range. What is new though is Chandra's Pyro Hilux. Those are always neat cards, any kind of Helix, anything really, like Lightning Helix. So it's a 2-cost red instant, and it deals 2 damage divided as you choose among 1 or 2 targets. So basically just dual shot. I guess the difference is you can target 2 creatures and then deal 0 damage to the second creature, but if it says, oh, it dies when it's targeted because it's an illusion, then okay, I guess. Very significant difference. Next up, it's almost like these are in alphabetical order or something again. Chandras Triumph. In that artwork, that looks like Dovan Bond. I mean, I can't name one other Vidalcan that would be on Ravnica. I mean, I'm sure there are some, but none that are prominent enough in the story that they come to mind. So that implies she turns him into a pile of ashes, and I hope she does because he is the worst. So what it actually does is it's a 2-cost red instant, and it deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls, and then it deals 5 damage if you control a Chandra planeswalker. That's just good. I mean, that is just completely good. This would be the number 1 card that people would go after if we didn't already have Skewer the Critics, which should be banned, by the way. Next up, Dovan Hand of Control. It looks like those little eyeball things might be what's behind him, so then if they're creeping up on Chandra, I think the narrative is coming together that she just burns the living crap out of King of the Smurfs there. By the way, that artwork is so not him, it's comical. Not even close to the right anything. Clothes, head shape, his chin is all wrong, his color is all wrong. Boy, would it really just kill him to have any sense of consistency? So anyway, he's downgraded to the lowest tier planeswalker at uncommon. He's 5 loyalty for 3 hybrid. I don't like that. And let's see. Artifact, instant, and sorcery spells your opponent's cast cost 1 more to cast. Kind of neat, kind of obnoxious. Okay. Might be a little too annoying, but I think it's on the border. And then -1, so he could light this up 5 times. Until your next turn, prevent all damage that would be dealt to and dealt by target permanent and opponent controls. So by and to. Both. If it was just by, that would be just broken. So this is annoying. This is basically... probably it would take the place of that compass in the blue, white, black stall deck. When Thaumatic Compass flips, you can tap it to remove something from combat. Just kick it right out of combat and you don't take damage. Yeah, this is that with a little tithe effect put on it. So this would be annoying. I'm sure some people play it. At least it's not like devastatingly annoying. Next up, oh, everybody's favorite granny is here. Jaya. That's right. Jaya's greeting. I guess she's coming here too. I think she was on the stained glass. I'm purposely not reviewing it because, it kind of gives away a lot. So I did not purposely go take a second look at it, I should say. So she's blowing away one of those Lazotep dudes. I believe one of the Izzet cards was, let's see what the melting temperature of Lazotep is. Classic. This one she says, we have visitors? Well, it'd be rude not to give them a traditional Carol Keep welcome. Classic. Oh man, Jaya could have been a guest star on The Golden Girls. I'm old. So for 2 mana as an instant, it deals 3 damage to target creature only, but then scry 1. So, I don't know about constructive. This would be pretty tasty in draft and pre-release, aka sealed. And next up we got Jaya herself. Unfortunately not a rare, but she's not really a main character, so I get it. She's a 5 for 5, which is how she rolls. And if another red source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals that much damage +1 to that permanent or player instead. And it is 5 mana, so that is kind of appropriate. I mean, it's obnoxious levels of damage, but you just can't have that too early in the game, which you wouldn't. Then -2, she deals 2 damage to any target. Straight up. So, she's not that great, but would I put her in, a mono-red dragon dump dragon's horde, Sarkhan's Unsealing / Sarkhan deck? Absolutely. 100%. So there are decks for her out there. We'll just have to see how she does. Next up, Cardin, the Great Creator. I do believe this was leaked in the past. I think it was on that weird Reddit leak. Still not really sure what that one came from, but boy, did it ruin some stuff. If you're not familiar, check out my earlier spoiler videos, but it did reveal basically the existence of a third Mythic Edition. So, I mean, as if we didn't see that coming, but it showed off one of the cards from it. It was borderless. So this allegedly is the reason that Mycosynth Lattice went up, because it makes all other permanents artifacts. So his passive ability is activated abilities of artifacts your opponent's control can't be activated. And it doesn't say unless they're mana abilities. So I believe Mycosynth Lattice turns lands into artifacts, which means they cannot tap for mana with lands. Yeah, that's a problem, but there's also a problem in that he costs 4 and you can only have 4 in your deck, and Mycosynth costs 6 and you can only have 4 in your deck. So good luck. I don't know if it's some kind of weird Tron backup win con, or I don't know. I've seen a Mycosynth spray painter deck is what I nicknamed it in Modern, and I didn't think that was very impressive, and I don't think Cardin would really be like a game ender for it. I mean, it would literally end the game, but I don't think you're going to get him out safely. So anyway, unless you're versing Dovan Bond, and even then, I don't think this is going to do anything for you. But he is a rare one, so he gets a +1, which is until your next turn, up to 1 target non-creature artifact becomes an artifact creature with power and toughness, each equal to its converted mana cost. Thank God it's not an automatic 5/5. I am sick to my ass of that stupid effect. And then his -2 is you may choose an artifact card you own from outside the game or in exile. That used to be the same thing, and you may reveal it and put it into your hand. So unlike Mastermind's Acquisition, where you don't have to reveal it, with this one you do have to reveal it, which is nice. It's limited to artifacts. I mean, the only issue is you can do it twice, but I mean, still, if you want to go get the Parahelion right on time, whoa. I mean, I could see somebody going to get like the Black Blade. I don't know. I'm sure there's other artifacts I'm not thinking of that are really good, but those are the only two that come to mind right now. So he's all right. I don't think he's going to be terrifically practical in Standard, but I think in other formats he'll go nuts. Next up, Rune Enforcer. You know what? The city's being invaded. Take your laws and shove them, all right? He's a 1/2 for 1, which is already pretty good. Human Soldier might be able to get some going with that. And you can pay 1, tap him, and tap target creature with converted mana cost 2 or greater. So early game 1/2 kind of shuts down combat in some scenarios. He'll help against Mono Red Rush, which is really nice, and then you can force tap something later, like a Steamkin, I guess, or a Goblin Chain Whirler. I'm surprised this isn't a rare, let alone an uncommon. I mean, this is a damn good card. Next up, Saheeli's Silverwing. It's a 2/3 for 4. It's flying, and when it enters the battlefield, look at the top card of target opponent's library. I mean, who cares? And you'll never guess which card I'm saving for last. I'm going to skip over it for now because it just has to be last, because I'm saving the best for last. So we've got Vizier of the Scorpion. That's some cool artwork there. We got a 1/1 for 3. It's a zombie wizard, and when it enters the battlefield, amass 1. Okay, but then guess what? Zombie tokens you control have Death Touch. So I'm starting to think that the zombies deck will be partially amass, and the only people playing Amass will be playing mono black instead of 3-color bolus colors, and then it's just going to be zombie tribal. I mean, zombies are basically slivers at this point if you look at all the different ones that have been printed. The problem is, just like slivers, all the best boost ones are in other colors, like the one that's blue that gives, I think, all your zombies flying. So that's a problem, but I think it'll be playable. I just don't know if it'll be tier 1. I feel like it won't, but you never know. I really don't like that this is like one of the I'm granting an amazing ability to everybody cards, and literally anything blows this guy up. All right, let's back the train up to this broken piece of garbage. And by the way, I'm not the only one complaining about a couple of these cards. All of Reddit, all of social media, and many other YouTubers are saying, holy crap, this is broken, this is a problem, what the hell is Wizards' problem? So for people saying, why are you so negative, why didn't you even play the game? I can spot a broken card from a mile away, okay? Virtually every card that was banned in the last 2 years, I complained about at some point. Any cards that Wizard staff members or their public website have stated are problematic or hated by the community, I have also said the same thing. I mean, even during spoilers, I'd say I have at least a 50% accuracy about calling out cards that are undervalued. They'll spike in price, they'll become hugely problematic, and then they either get banned, something else from the deck gets banned, or Wizards just closes their eyes and pretends it doesn't exist until rotation. So, yeah, I have a very high accuracy rate when it comes to pointing out things that are legitimately wrong with the game. And if you think the game's been in a good place for the last 2 years, you are just dumb beyond words. You are the most delusional, ignorant moron. I don't know how you're even smart enough to play Magic. If you're going to come to my comment section and say that I'm overly negative and that I'm constantly wrong about picking out broken cards, okay? The entire community is on my side the vast majority of the time. Oh, and by the way, it turns out there's a self-contained infinite combo with Ral, the new Ral. You know, the one I was complaining about and saying it's broken. You can't just clone spells like that. Another card that I complained about and said was drastically OP. There's a turn 3 combo with it. Provable. People have done the math and shown what you would pull. So yeah, it looks like War of the Spark is going to absolutely destroy Standard when it drops. Just destroy it. It will be Eldrazi in modern levels of unplayable. Because right now, unplayability, I'd give it about a 7 out of 10. It's way too fast of rush and then just a bunch of control shit. This is what people are playing. Both are unfriendly to creativity, fun, and deck building. They ruin the entire game. They're ruining Arena. They're driving customers away. Wizards is too clueless and arrogant to do anything about it or identify this as a problem at all. They think the meta is super healthy and diverse. How about fun? Is that a concept to you idiots? If people aren't having fun, they're leaving the game. And I don't mean at the pro level. There's no fun allowed at the pro level, okay? There's money on the line. It is not fun. So trust me, it's going to go from 7 out of 10 to 11 out of 10 when this shit drops. Trust me. So here's one of the reasons. Saheeli Sublime Artificer, a 3-cost, 5 loyalty Planeswalker, which already is complete bullshit. Her passive is whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a servo, which is ridiculous. And then her -2 is target artifact you control becomes a copy of another target artifact or creature you control until end of turn, except it's an artifact in addition to its other types. Wow. I could go on for 10 minutes about all the broken, degenerate crap you could do with that ability, but I think you're putting it together in your head if you have any semblance of knowledge of the Standard meta at all. I mean, it doesn't bypass Legendary, okay, and a lot of the best cards in Standard right now are actually enchantments, but I mean, Carnage Tyrant, literally any dragon if I were to limit it to stuff that's on color. Tempest Djinn, you just win. Terramander, you just win. Traxos, I mean, that would win the game. So turning a servo into your most vicious creature and then getting like double effects, double triggers, double activated abilities, that's just ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. I mean, call me crazy, but I don't think, actually I'm not sure it would work this way, but I don't think we should give people another Vanquisher's Banner, another treasure map, another Gilded Lotus. Oh, that wouldn't backfire. What about that Power Geode thing? That's still legal. And those are just the artifacts. Honestly, the bigger problem is turning it into a creature. I mean, obviously I'm not going to list off every one, but the one that should pop right into your mind is Drakes. I mean, obviously. So now the Izzet Drakes deck, which is already completely overpowered and broken because of the new Ral, and a bunch of other cards, honestly, that are Izzet cards. Now they get Saheeli, and they're going to be able to just clone a Crackling Drake and swing for like 50. Oh, while having unlimited ground blockers in the form of an army of servos. That's nice. Great, thanks. I wouldn't be surprised if they legitimately have to ban multiple cards from Izzet Drakes. And it's probably going to be one of the Drakes. So what a wonderful disgrace to the game to end on. That's it for today's spoilers. I can't wait to see what fresh hell we're in for in the near future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next video.